Death Note is one of the best pieces of storytelling ever created. The tightly knit plot, complex characters, and the amazing battle of wits between Light Yagami and L makes it a masterclass in suspense. But amidst the edge-of-the-seat drama and all the classic anime-style monologuing, Death Note also manages to raise some philosophical questions, and also questions our perceptions of good and evil. So grab your pack of potato chips and those red delicious apples, and let's get a little philosophical. If the cause of death isn't specified, the person whose name is written will die of a heart attack within the next 40 seconds. Those are one of the many instructions listed in the Death Note. These are also the same words that turn Death Note into an incredibly lethal weapon. You don't have to touch someone to kill them. Hell, you don't even need to be anywhere around them to take their life. All you need is just the person's name, and that will do the job. If you have the Death Note, you are invisible and also the most powerful being. You are the closest thing to being a god. But just because you're killing criminals, does that make you a good guy? Well, that's the question that Death Note throws at us. Light Yagami is the most intelligent person in Japan. He is handsome. The girls go all head over heels for him. He is smart enough to get any job he wants. He's quite literally a perfect human being. But when he discovers the Death Note, we see the human side of him transform into something inhuman, something vicious. Light starts off by using the Death Note for a good cause, that is getting rid of the criminals. He saves a girl from getting assaulted by a bunch of bikers. He rescues a school full of kids who are being held hostage. These are the scenarios that can easily fit into any superhero movie, but Light reveals the vicious, darker side of him when a man named Lind L. Taylor mocks him on a television broadcast. This event marks the beginning of Light's corruption. As the plot progresses, we see Light find new and innovative ways of using the Death Note, coming up with elaborate tactics and strategies to get rid of the people who obstruct his mission. During this journey, we also see his initial goal of getting rid of the evil in the world transform into getting rid of the people who oppose him. We see Light succumbing to the power of Death Note, sinking into the very addiction of power itself. We see him do questionable things under the name of justice. Light manipulates Naomi Misora after getting to know her and gaining her trust, only to get her real name so he can kill her. He decides to use Misa, who is helplessly and blindly in love with him, as a means to his end, only to get to know L's real identity. We see Light become a prisoner of his own pride and ego. We see him run a selfish, murdering rampage only to get rid of the people who stand against Kira. That's how Death Note draws a sharp line between justice and vengeance. It seems hard to understand just how did the creators of Death Note manage to let the characters grow so amazingly without compromising the breakneck pacing of the plot. In the middle third of the show, Light relinquishes his ownership of the Death Note, which also erases all his memories of ever owning it. This allows us a different kind of perspective on Light's character. The creators of the show take away the Death Note from Light and show us what kind of a crime fighter he would make without it. Light remains just as smart and intelligent as he was, but this time, he's not being driven by the corrupt, vicious alter ego of him. Light's motivation is to just fight Kira, who is the man who found the Death Note after Light gave it up. Light's pursuit for the new Kira can also be seen as a subtle metaphor for the battle Light is fighting with the other side of him. But in the end, the Kira part of him wins when we discover that it had been all Light's own elaborate plan to clear himself as L's prime suspect. And there, Death Note makes a commentary on power. In terms of his achievements in academics, Light Yagami is perfect in every sense, but as a human being, Light is corrupt and greedy, and that becomes the very death of him in the final episode. This is where Lord Acton's saying fits like a glove. Power tends to corrupt, but absolute power corrupts absolutely.